And now we come to a real highlight of our program. Every year, the regional president of Phi Theta Kappa addresses our annual convention. It is always a thrill to hear from these young leaders and share in their enthusiasm. So please welcome this year's Phi Theta Kappa president, Marilyn Comer of Lone Star College Tomball.
Thank you, Texas Community College Teachers Association, for this incredible opportunity. It is my honor to be speaking with you this evening. Last semester, I had a traumatic experience. College algebra. Now, don't laugh. That is a little bit of an exaggeration, but unfortunately, that was definitely my perspective for the first part of the course, and then I had an epiphany, a moment of clarity, when I realized that there is more, much more to these difficult college courses, including algebra, than just assimilating a particular subject. If you really pay attention and turn on your antenna, you will find that there are powerful life lessons and are, in fact, instructive to successful leadership development. First, I must tell you that algebra and I have a complicated relationship. And as in most complicated relationships, there are many lessons to be learned. There are lessons in perseverance, deconstruction, and reaching out to reach up, among others. There are, in fact, several things that I was learning from my algebra and other college classes that go way beyond the subjects being taught and have impacted me in a powerful way. I was doing some research for our time together, and I surveyed several students, asking them for important lessons that they had learned from their college professors. Here is one particularly noteworthy response that I think that you will appreciate. When a professor wants to know if there are any questions, they don't mean any questions. They want to be asked about the subject that they're teaching. So if they are teaching on biology, don't ask, Professor, if pro is the opposite of con, is progress the opposite of Congress? I have learned to try to keep my questions in line with the subject matter. Here are just 3 life lessons that have impacted me. The first life lesson is perseverance. Algebra was incredibly hard for me. In fact, I thought my brain was broken because I was having such a hard time understanding the concepts. You know, some things come easy in life. They pass in and out without impacting us very much. But when you face discouragement and defeat, yet determine that you will not give in despite your doubts, then the taste of success is very sweet. When you struggle to learn something that is not easy for you, you get a greater benefit from the journey. Never, never, never give up is one of my favorite misquotes by Sir Winston Churchill. He really said, never give in, never give in, never, 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 in nothing great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense. That's easy to say, but sometimes the greatest obstacle for me to overcome is myself and not giving in to negative thinking. In every walk of life, there are times when a person has to do things that are difficult. And I am learning to embrace these challenges because the struggle of persevering through hard times has taught me more about myself than the successes. Just as hard-won victories are the sweetest to savor, so are the lessons learned from overcoming my difficulties with algebra. I have grown alert to learning opportunities in the midst of strife, improving even my attitude during the conflict. With this improved perspective, I now relish the journey as much as I anticipate the destination. So the first life lesson is perseverance, and the second life lesson is deconstruction. We have all heard the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's a pretty good description of deconstruction, which means to break something large into smaller constituent parts. That is another life lesson that I have learned to apply. Algebra requires you to break large problems down into smaller steps and solve the problem based on a set of rules. While life's rules are sometimes unclear, usually there is a solution if you will dissect the problem into smaller, more manageable pieces. Much like solving a complicated algebra problem, when facing life's challenges that seem daunting, by applying this lesson and breaking the challenge down into controllable pieces, then working through the steps unto completion, the seemingly impossible becomes achievable. So first you have perseverance, then deconstruction, and the third life lesson is reaching out to reach up. A wise lady, Marie Montgomery, warned, "Don't always be the smartest person in the room, or you will never learn much." Constant repeated successes in life can create an attitude of self-sufficiency, where I can depend on my own resources and become proud. You get this confidence that if you would just keep trying and keep studying, that you could do anything. Well, those things are very important. But what happens when you're an English major and you hit the brick wall that I called algebra? And absolutely nothing I came up with seemed to work. Fortunately for me, when I reached this place and I reached out for help, my professors patiently would explain their subjects to me in a way that I could understand. By seeking their counsel, I expand my knowledge and I grow. Many people refuse to ask for help in the mistaken belief that they will appear weak. But the most successful teams are composed of people who excel in diverse disciplines, guided by someone who recognizes their strengths and opportunities for improvement. A wise person grows and becomes wiser still by practicing humility and empowering others to exercise their knowledge and expertise to generate exponential results beyond the reach of one. So number 3 is reaching out to reach up. Number 2 is breaking impossible tasks into doable pieces. And number 1 is never give up. These are just 3 of the powerful life lessons that I have really assimilated at the hands of professors just like you. I have also learned to follow my dream. It doesn't matter how old I am, I can still discover something new about myself. I was a bit bewildered and lost when I started college, and I was simply looking for empty nest therapy. As I took classes, it rekindled the thrill of learning, and I discovered a passion for writing. I found a gift and a new direction for my life, and I owe it all to each one of my professors. Just as many who have come before me and the many who will follow in my footsteps will find new purpose by your hands. I hope it makes you proud to know that you are the ones bestowing new purpose in the lives that you touch as professors. Pride in your profession is the theme of this conference. So why should you have pride in your profession? There are so many reasons, and one that I want to bring to your mind may sound like a cliche, but it is filled with truth. The very greatness of this nation, its future, rests in the hands of the next generation, and what each generation accomplishes is dependent upon those who have taught them, those who have guided them, those who have allowed them to stand upon their shoulders as they point to the future. Those who have been their teachers. Thank you, professors, for giving everything that you do for your students. You should be proud of your profession. You are teaching your students lessons that they don't yet realize. You are impacting us in ways that we don't recognize until we look back on our educational journey and have our own individual epiphany. You really are making the world a better place. And you are my personal heroes. One day I hope to join your ranks and make an impact as you have on me. Now normally, normally at the end of a presentation, people will show their appreciation to the speaker by giving them an ovation of some sort, either for what they have shared or perhaps for the fact that they're finally going to shut up. But as we end our time together tonight, I would like to turn the tables on you a bit. Would you please join me and stand? I would like for you to look around the room at your colleagues. Each one of you know the personal struggles and the challenges that you endure in this prestigious profession. But know that because you have made the choice, you are impacting many, many people like me, and you are leaving the world better for it. Please turn toward these great teachers and let's give them a standing ovation because you're the ones who deserve it. As a spokesperson for my fellow honor students, we hope that you are proud of your profession because we are very proud of you. Thank you very much.